Hi, I'm Charlie Archbold. Thank you so much to the CBCA South Australian branch for the chance to talk about my new young adult novel, Indigo Owl. This book is a young adult fantasy adventure and it's aimed for a high school readership and above and told via the rotating perspectives of three main characters. After Earth was destroyed by climate change, only private companies were able to afford to colonise space. On one such planet, freezing, inhospitable Galbraith, the fertility of the citizens is really tightly controlled, but at what cost? When Scarlett Bergen leaves her childhood home to be trained at the Arcadia Institute, it feels like the beginning of her future. But on the Institute steps, her father whispers a life-changing secret. Her mother, Vivian, who disappeared when she was 10, had some serious enemies. What? She hardly ever left the facility. All she ever did was her work. Her work was controversial. People may be watching you because of her. There's nothing more for you to know now. What do you mean? You can't leave like this. Don't ask any more questions, Scarlett. No hunting for ghosts. You need to be stronger. I must go. He turns and walks away. I want to follow him, yell at him, be held by him, ask him all the questions he'd never answered, but I'm left with nothing. Within seconds, his cloaked figure is anonymous in the silent crowd. In the last of the evening light, I turn towards the Institute, and I clutch my cloak while everything around me swirls. For an instant, I look like her, and it hits me. Maybe this is my chance to find out what really happened to my mother. And as Scarlett vows to discover the truth about her mother, she's joined in her mission by fellow classmates. One of them is Dylan. Dylan can literally read her mind, but he struggles with the morality of his privilege, his synesthesia, and a very complex relationship with his father. When I was a kid, I thought everyone saw the world my way. I didn't notice how Eli would avoid me. I remember the summer day when reality hit me like an ice pick. I was at home in our house overlooking the magnificent Santora Bay on the outskirts of Eden. Glaciers like mountains pierced the horizon and the bright green water of the bay and the brilliant blue of the sky. My father and I were sitting on the sofa, and around us the room was filled with ethereal music from a place and a time far away. Little flurries of notes tinkled like glass chimes, rising and falling and pulling you into their melody. I watched them sprinkle like violet snow. I was so excited. I called out to him, "The music! Listen, Dad! It looks so beautiful! Do you see it?" But he turned on me, his face disgusted. "What do you mean, see? It's music. You hear it, Dylan, not see it." There was such bitterness in his voice. Shame. My synesthesia is an unwanted inheritance, and my father has never been able to move past the fact that his son is a sensory freak, like the twin he despised. After that day, I stopped using the word Dad, and I started calling my father Eli. We're both more comfortable with the distance. And our third character is Rumi. Rumi is tenacious, tech-savvy, and she's a little genius who's very invested in Scarlett, not only for the good of the planet, but for her own very personal reasons. She's a character who says it exactly like it is, and it's through her that Dylan and Scarlett are propelled onto a path of action they can't get off. Here's a little taste of Rumi at the baptism gala. "I hate parties. This is no exception, but I have to go. We're meant to dress in the colour of our faculty, but trust me, no one looks good in purple." Flawless Savannah sweeps in, draped in a tight sheath, her perfume's like a punch. She pauses and looks me up and down. "Oh dear, Rummy, didn't anyone tell you this was a formal event? How charming of you to come dressed as a ripe berry." "I will be putting in a complaint, Savannah. Lavender is not purple. The rules clearly state—" "Oh, seriously, Rumi, you have to be the most annoying person ever. Like I care what you think." I watch her as she walks away to the others. They wear tunics shimmering with silver flecks, like would-be monarchy. How ironic. Humanity clinging to the hierarchies and symbols and patriarchies that landed Earth in such a mess. Hierarchies that had no regard for my Marjorie's life. I swallow my fury and I let Savannah wriggle away. She'll keep. So, what's in Indigo Owl for curious and imaginative readers? Well, if you feel like you go along with things just because everybody else does, but when the time is right, you need to take action, then I hope you'll identify with Rumi, Dylan and Scarlett. If you're looking for a little break from the amazing contemporary YA fiction scene and you want to get off Earth for a while, this could be just for you. Let Indigo Owl take you to Eerie Galbraith. And if you're after just a little bit of fast-paced speculative fiction, I hope you won't be disappointed. Thank you so much for the chance to share Indigo Owl.